Hey guys, it's Hiba Bary here with the MUSE at Knott's Berry Farm. I'm taking you guys with me to see what fans can expect at Knott's Scary Farm 2017. All right, hi Dan, nice to meet you. And now I see that you are the new designer for the Pumpkin Eater maze. Now, where did that inspiration come from that story that you told us about?
Well, of course, it came from the old nursery rhyme about Peter, Pumpkin Eater, had a wife but couldn't keep her, that a lot of us learned as children. And I think that when I did the research, I really found out this is actually about murder. And my mazes are kind of famous to be gory mazes that are really dark and gritty. So I thought I could really apply the story of Peter Pumpkin Eater to this maze. So the whole story is around every Halloween, this supernatural creature comes out and stalks for a new wife, carves her into a pumpkin, and then puts her into a pumpkin shell. So I wanted, part of that is you explore a village that is all murdered people. Then you go into this monstrous living pumpkin shell that's kind of like a breathing. You hear a heartbeat all the way through it. You also have to go through all the slimy pumpkin guts with the seeds. It's all very textural, and we're also introducing smells into it. We're trying to bombard all the senses. So that's pretty much where the inspiration. Another inspiration was I was carving pumpkins with my daughter, and you know how you cut the hole out of the top and you reach in and you have all those guts that are filled with seeds and everything. Those that I want everyone to kind of feel that grotesque feel of kind of going through like wet seed and guts. So that's what, hopefully, if everything's great, it'll work out.
So John, I know that Trick or Treat has been a fan favorite for 6 years. Why do you think that's registered so well?
I think because it just embodies Halloween. It's the big scary house at the end of the street that everybody grew up rumoring that a witch lived there. So I think that just kind of clicked with a lot of people. I think also when it was originally designed and built, it was very elegant and has like almost a beauty to it that you usually typically don't find in a haunted attraction. So I think that's why it registered. That's why it registered with me anyways. I just always thought it was so unique and cool. And that's why we decided we wanted to kind of hang on to it a little bit longer.
This is it. You go first. Nuh-uh. No way. You go first.
Don't be a wuss.
Well, then you go.
Fine.
Get off!
Watching. Whoa.
Dude, this is sick.
I told you so.
I wonder if that old witch really lives here. I don't know.
You broke it.
No, I didn't. You're the one that...
Come on. Whoa.
Careful, you're gonna break it.
You guys saw that, right?
Yeah. Come on.
Perfect. And now I know that you're incorporating a lot of technology in that as well. And now with technology come a lot of, let's say, malfunctions. So how do you overcome that?
Lots and lots of dry runs. So Trick or Treat, we've already had 3 nights of just tech rehearsals. So we grabbed a bunch of random people and sent them through with the flashlights. We had to gauge a lot of things, gauge how much being in the dark actually slows people's pace walking through the maze alone. So we'd be able to kind of just fine-tune it. So yeah, with technology, there's always the downside to it as well, but it's just getting ahead of that as much as possible.
And usually, what is a creative process like for you? Is there a specific formula that you use or any type of process?
No, I always tell myself I'm going to do it X, Y, and Z, and it just never works out that way. It's a very fluid process. I always start in the Halloween season just being immersed in all the amazing Halloween festivities that the season has to offer, and just just kind of letting my mind run wild and then starting to build a story. It always starts with the story for me. That is the one consistent thing. And then from there, start filling in the different scares and the different technologies we can apply to the different scares and all that kind of stuff.
Base to right, Park 46. Base to right, Park 46, come in.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
There's a disturbance reported at the abandoned dark ride. Please report to the location.
Yeah, I'm on it. This place is dumb.
Now, when things are scary, the word "scary" is very subjective. So, how do you judge that based on creating things like if it will scare all of these people that come from all over the world to this attraction?
Yes, so many different scares for so many different people, right? So, I think what we try to do is just create a smorgasbord of a variety of scares, if you will. Whether it's a psychological scare, a different jump scare, whether we can use certain technologies to create a scare. Distractions is a big one, how we can distract people to get that scare. So that's what we're always challenging ourselves to do, and we have a thing where we say every room there should be a scare. So we always start with that scare and how to facilitate it and how to keep it different and keep people on their toes, you know. Things like the flashlight, that's a great new way to approach scares. The laser tag gun, you're basically handing somebody a distraction, you know, and they're not paying attention to where that scare is coming from. So, yeah, well, it's a ever evolving question, I guess.
I like what you did with the flashlight because darkness is universally scary. You know, there's no like culture type of barrier with that. And so I like how you did that. So who came up with that idea exactly? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me. Actually, last year we experimented with the whole flashlight technology last year in one of our key rooms, but we did it as a lantern, and we immediately recognized all the different possibilities with it. And we also recognized something like that can give an old maze a new life. It gives you a whole new perspective through that attraction. So I will say, when we were working on that maze and I had the flashlight and I walked in there by myself, I knew there was no monsters or anything, and it's still, yeah, your mind plays tricks on you when it can't see what's in front of you, you know?
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this is Hiba Bary with MUSE.